Welcome to Keeper of Secrets Tarot. I'm Gypsy Girl, here to give you another monthly reading for the elements. Today we're going to do the earth element. I thank you for your likes, your subscribes, and your shares. Don't forget that notification bell for other readings coming up. Thank you, Spirit, for protecting and keeping the collective safe, for protecting me and keeping me safe. Grateful that I can come to my deck and give a reading for the earth element. Ooh, getting messages. Wow. Well, it's a final betrayal. Then there's a forgiveness. The tower is going to come down. Then there's the love, the lovers, anxiety about love. But that's divinely guided. So this is a churning that is meant to happen in order to bring down the tower. There's that focus on what love means to you, earth elements. And if you are in a betrayal or betraying or being betrayed, you are either being forgiven, you are going to forgive, someone is being forgiven, but a tower must come down. And that's big change, which is good. Yes, because of the truth. The anxiety is normal and it is a good thing, even if it does represent something that's negative. Anxiety is not something that's positive, but it can work in a positive favor. When you're anxious, you're more concentrated, more focused on what it is that's making you anxious. And that is your situation individually, okay? Oh boy, more messages. Okay, so the truth will end the cycle. And lots of truth. Change direction and get just desserts. See, there's judgment here with the truth and the King of Swords. So there's a lot of speaking of truth, and then there's the Queen of Swords that will change the direction of where things are going. Again, according to the truth coming from the King. There's judgment here. So this could be legal, this could be for divorces coming through to fruition. You know, you get that divorce because this is usually what the Queen of Swords represents, as a woman who is divorced or getting a divorce, and then this direction change with the just desserts is like a final chapter of going through that anxiety. Remember, there was anxiety that came before with a bunch of truth that's showing up here, and the Wheel of Fortune is here for all earth elements. Okay, which is good. It's good because the Wheel of Fortune is always good news, whether it is depending on your circumstance. Okay, if everything looks dark and gloomy and the Wheel of Fortune shows up, things will change. And if everything is going great and the Wheel of Fortune shows up, things will change. So no matter where you are on the wheel, when the wheel shows up, things change. And it's because of effort. It is because of past effort, because we're coming up to the just desserts here with this Queen of Swords and the changing of a direction. Then there's that teamwork, that work in the past. It's really work in the past because it's been protected. It's been held back, regardless of how. It is a slow process. And then there is the judgment in one form and in another with the Hierophant, meaning that it's the highest level of judgment where the wheel will change. So it's like a judge bringing down a justice proclamation, you know, saying, okay, you're divorced, it's over. For some, this is where I see the divorce happening. And for others, it is a change where if you are in court for whatever reason, again, the swords represent that, this king and queen of swords. If you are going through legalities, the Wheel of Fortune showing up says that you are on the winning side. And one of my cards flipped. I saw it flip. Maybe not. All right, if it flipped, it'll show. But the Tower is here to say that it's coming to an end. And there is a big healing, a fresh start. Okay, can I shuffle these cards? Let's do one more. What are the important messages for the earth elements for September 2023? Thank you, Spirit. For earth elements, what are the messages that they need to know? What does the earth elements need to know for September? Thank you, Spirit. The layout still is the same for the element reading. I'm not changing that, not yet. All right, again, the healing, fresh start, okay? Healing with a fresh start. That sounds like a plan for September. But September is the month of healing. September is that number 9, you know, the Hermit. So if you feel that you have to go into solitude to heal, then take it as a good thing. It's medicine. And if you feel like you want to come out of solitude, it's because you have healed, or you are in the process of finishing up that healing, that you're able to come out. So the first line is all about the viewer, the earth element. The second line is about your significant other. If there is no significant other, then it is people in your circle or outside of your circle that you cross on a daily or weekly basis. People that you know, in a sense, not take it in your situation, how you know people. And the third line is the outcome to this reading. Earth element. It's pretty clear. So at the bottom of the deck, we have the healing and that fresh start with victory. There's a sacrifice. You see, I call it a sacrifice because it's the way I view, or the way the messages come. Because this is very much of communication and traveling for the way that the 8 of Wands is represented. But here we see as a celebration. You see this, they're celebrating, and it's a party. And then that fire is a symbol of being able to give up something, sacrificing something to have a victory. Now, again, with the 8 of Wands, there's a lot of communication that's connected to this card. And that's where the sacrifice comes in. It's what you say. It's how you say what you say to bring in that victory and give a fresh start for healing. There's that 9 of Pentacles. That's where you're celebrated. You again with the celebration with the 8. But in this 9, it is more of wanting to share what you have. And this is why the 8 coming next to it is representative of sacrifice, because you're willing to give up something in order to have that victory and have that relationship, because it is about a relationship. whether it is a working relationship or a loving relationship. Either way, there is an independence that needs to be sacrificed in order to have what you really want. It's a slow process. And again, there's a healing that had been already started, or needs to bring in that next step. See, that's where again the sacrifice would come in. But then we have a change of direction where that Queen of Swords comes in. Then there's the Sun. So there's truth or ego in a relationship. You see, this is where I say there's a divorce, because there's that anxiety for that relationship, anxiety to be with your love and stand in your truth. But then there seems to be an ego trip happening here. And this is probably where the truth comes out about the anxiety in love, whether it is about a third party, or for the reason for the divorce, or the way that the truth will come is going to turn. That change of direction here is where the conversation for that love, choosing that anxiety and choosing your love, or you being chosen as the love, the truth is coming out about that. And then the truth will help to make that decision and change the direction, because it's divinely guided. And the conversation in itself will be healing. But it's going to be a slow process. It takes a while. And then of course, this going towards a marriage, going towards a higher level of relationship. Like I said, it could be a contract for work, it could be a contract for marriage, but there is a shift. So going out, giving up something in order to get. Okay, that seems to be the theme here. Giving up something, so sacrificing something. And now I see the first line here. Starts off with the Seven of Swords, with the Four of Cups. So we're looking at betrayal and being fed up with betrayal, being fed up witnessing this betrayal or knowing about it, wanting to heal. See, it's had enough. I've had enough of betrayal and strategy and plotting and scheming. It seems to be a repetition of behaviors that you don't want any more of it. And it's just understood, because you've seen enough. You're looking at the healing aspect, the 9, which is good, because you want to heal. If it is not you, then it is the partnership. Again, regardless if it is work or love, there is a healing that is related to betrayal and being fed up with it. And it's understood. It's enough, more than enough. That satisfaction has come and gone, because now you don't want any more of it. And of course, it is enthusiasm that is bringing this quickly. I want to change this. I want to get rid of it quickly. I want to get away from this. Which is fine, because again, the 9 of Cups brings in that satisfaction. We have a double 9 going on here. Coming from the past. You see this line here. Now, I'm looking at it in all different angles. We will take cards. But this is relating to the King of Cups in this line. Is, again, this is outside of you, Earth element, but there is an emotional connection here with this betrayal of a king. It's the king himself is leaving, or you, Earth element, are leaving the king because of betrayal. Okay, because this is not you. This is outside of you. But then going off to having that love, that wanting, searching for that love, searching for that completion of love is where this is going to end up. And it wants to end up there, at least the seeking out of love. And it's coming with patience, being very patient, and knowing that you have that choice to wait very patiently. It's as if you're both waiting. It's not just one, it's you and your partner. They're waiting it out to make sure that this is what you want, because the satisfaction is to be had. There's a lot of details that need to go through. The boredom here, this boredom with working on details, it's minute. It's like conversation. It's too much, and I wouldn't. I know I said too much, but it's because I'm reflecting on that 9 of Swords that showed up earlier, and it comes down to the 8 of Swords. So we're going back. See, the focus is going back. That anxiety is being worked out as to where it is coming from. Is because of wanting to be in a relationship and wanting to have a completion. Because we go from the 4 to the 8 to the 10. So we're skipping, we're jumping. We want to get there quickly. We do, but we know we can't, because we have to take our time. We have to take our time to get there, to get it, to make sure it's correct, because we want to go off into smooth waters. And that seems to be where the satisfaction will be had, is knowing that we're working on the details. If it is, now this is for some, this is your king is working on the details to get into smooth waters and be satisfied. But for others, again, the 6 and the 9 showing together, it's as if the smooth waters is like a trap, so they can set it up to be indulgent. Now we will take cards on this. See, I just want to go through. So we have on one angle, we have working it out to make a success. See here? To make this success happen. But this success it's like the trap of, I want to set it up so that I can get rid of. And this is outside of you. And take this as it resonates. If you know that your partner is dealing with a third person, and you're waiting it out, you're bored waiting, but you know that you want to wait, because in the end you will get what is coming to you. You will get your marriage, if that's what you want. Okay, at least you'll get that satisfaction. Then there are others who just really want to go off into smooth water, with their partnership. They're working it out. He is coming. For some of you, he is coming, and it will go off into smooth waters, and it will be a celebration. There will be a celebration, and that celebration will come to being patient, that you have been patient enough, and the celebration will mean something. So let's take some cards. Let's start with the 7 of Swords. What's going on with this? See, it's justified. There is a victory. So there's a strategy in play here for betrayal and for forgiveness. But in that there is an ending. See, this is where the betrayal, we saw it earlier with the 10 of Swords. It's coming to an end. It's culmination coming to an end. And it is for good. For some of you, you have a strategy. You want to stand in your own. And you want to get married. You want to heal. You want to heal that relationship. Now there's the card that flipped. 10 of Swords. That was the one that flipped. See, there's a 10 of Swords here. So you see there's a betrayal in a romance. Of course, it's where we've been. So there's a betrayal there. And the commitment is to heal that third party situation by marriage, standing in integrity. See, the plan is that to get the forgiveness, speaking the truth, get the forgiveness, and have that ending, standing in integrity. See, getting that forgiveness, it puts an end. There is an end that comes. Now, again, take it as it resonates. Huh? You forgive and you move on. Because there's that happening here. You forgive and you move on. Now, let me see. But for others, like I see here, there's a commitment that is being betrayed. For others, it is a commitment. The forgiveness is there. But then there is a betrayal that comes for that commitment. To have a third party healing, that third party wants to be put back into play, you see, and the integrity is where you will walk away from it. You'll say, no, if you want me, you're going to have me and me alone. If you want me with another, then it's not going to work, because you're just not that type. I mean, earth element, you know who you are. If you are like trying to get a third party situation back on track with your partnership that you're going into forgiveness for, well, your partner is not going to go for it. And take that as it resonates. And if you know your partner is trying to do this, you know you're not going to go for it. Okay? Coming from up here though, and this is the viewer. This is either you the partner or you the viewer, the earth element. Cross watcher, I mean, is if you are the partner. Now the four of cups, and I think this is why it's coming up here, because you're fed up with knowing that, well, it's going to come to an end, because you don't want to go into third party. So I see the Four of Cups, just to get that clarity. Again, it's all that teamwork. It's work that was set up in the past for that secrecy, you see? It's a sense of lack, not having enough. Going off and finding relationships and doing it in a way that it's a desperate case, like you're scared. You want it, but you don't want it. You're not sure. And there's the King of Wands with the Moon, and there's that betrayal. So you're fed up with the betrayal. And yes, I totally agree. If it is that you know that your partner is trying to come back to you to get forgiveness, but not turning away from that third party, then you will know. You will know. You will know. That's all I can say. You will know, because you will walk away. Let's see what this, just to come down to this line here. What is this Eight of Cups? See, it's a celebration. Again with the third party. Going off, this King of Pentacles. Stability, celebration. The Seven of Wands. Yeah, going off and finding that true king that you will marry. There's that third party again, the Queen of Cups, very emotional. But it is a very good match. This King of Pentacles with this Queen is a very healing, divine match. But there it is. It is coming to the end and going into a new relationship for that betrayal to end from the past, holding back. This King by the Moon will heal this betrayal. Okay, so for some of you, it is going to work. It's just, you know your situation. You know if you are willing to go with someone did betray you has come with a solemn forgiveness, because I did say, I'm not sure if it was Earth Elements for August, but that someone was going, I think it was Capricorn. It wasn't just Earth Elements. I think it was a Capricorn reading, where this apology that will come will be a sincere apology. So for some of you, that will happen. Again, this is tarot. You can't, it's never black and white. It's always shades of gray. But then there are those of you who will still have a situation with a third party that you will not want to get into, and you will go off. And when you do that, you go off to find your true king that will be divinely guided to you by your own intuition. You know if you want to get into the relationship or not. You know what you've been through with a particular partnership. If you want to go and get more of the same, because that's what this was all about, getting more of the same and having that sense of lack and feeling out in the cold and not getting what you feel you deserve. That is why you're going to walk away and get to your true king, because you know what you will get, and you'll get more of it if you still stay in the situation where you know you're not getting what you need. It's a question of just putting your priorities in order. See what we have with the Six of Swords. That is where I told you the trap, the betrayal. So for some, again, for some, it's just repeating itself. For some, there is a sacrifice because of a betrayal. There will be that lack, that sense of lack up here. Again, it comes back to that commitment. If it's a true commitment, it will not be held back. But here we have this denial stage, like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That is how you know if you want to continue with someone. It's either they go all in or no. If they're halfway in, it's because they want to set it up so that they can have more than what they need. That satisfaction over here. That's what I was saying. It's a question of making the right choice, putting your priorities in order. Because the king here is able to do that. But then he is also that type of king where if he doesn't set his priorities straight, he will always be a player. Because remember, the Prince of Wands is that player mode. Till he becomes a king, he outgrows that need to be indulgent. Where here it's just a party. He's just indulging, but being patient at the same time, able to walk away from one relationship into another easily, because that's what this is here, being able to turn and walk away with no slight, no pain of it. And that is where either you will see that your king is being that player within the next moon. That betrayal will come to the surface. You will recognize, you will be divinely guided for the truth. And some of you, again, we have a new moon coming up, right? Some of you are going to say, I don't want this, I'm gone. And some of you will be able to say, well, okay, we can continue, we can try again, I forgive you, and it will be a sincere forgiveness. But that is not for everyone. I'm making sure to repeat that, because you will be able to discern what this partnership is going to turn out to be. As much as we want to look for answers in cards, you know the answer deep inside. When you come to this reading, it is for confirmation. But it is a choice. Again, it is a choice that we must make. And that is where the Lovers come in. Where it is divine guidance, yes. It is divine. But you get to choose according to the truth. and you remember the betrayal. You remember what you went through. And it is up to you to make that sacrifice or to hold back. It is a question of what you want, because the partnership in itself wants to happen. But how, on what level? And if you say no, then you will go off and to find a new love that will be worthy, and you will stand in your integrity, and you will celebrate and be celebrated because you are patient. And the man that you will find will be very patient. He will not be a fly off the handle type, overexcited, just wants to go forward, easily walking away from a relationship. I think we are good here. Let's see, this nine of cups. Let's just take a look at that. See, again, it's the strength, it's the courage. For some of you, you have it. You have that courage to keep working on the situation, keep working with the partnership. For some of you, but then for others, it will bring you to a stalemate, and that's when you know. But working on it, working on the details, keeping that momentum, you will get to know the truth. The patience again, well, no, this is the Prince of Wands. There's no patience with him. He will fall. He will trip himself up because you are being patient, working through it patiently. You being patient, the truth will bring itself out, and then the balance will come back, because the judge, you will see where the balance is because of your patience, and the truth will come out. And intuitively, you will know if you are to go in forward with this relationship and manifest new plans, take on a whole new direction, going towards a marriage for your destiny. Again, it's for some, not for everybody. For others, it will be blocked, it will be stopped. You will decide you don't want this. Okay, see where you fall. You know your partnership. You know if you want to forgive. It's not because the cards say that you will forgive that you will forgive. You are following your destiny. Remember the Wheel of Fortune. It did show itself. So from there we will take an oracle message, because it seems to be a fine line dividing our earth elements into the groups of you will walk away or you will continue with your relationship through forgiveness. And you know who you are. You're already forgiven the person in your mind and in your heart. It's a question of when, and that will be by the next moon. So just check the moon phases, see where the moon is, and you will be able to see, or you'll understand at least. It'll be clearer to you. If you forgive, or you forgive and move on, or you forgive and continue, because either way you're moving on, you're forgiving, you're continuing, you're forgiving. So there's a forgiveness to be had. What is the oracle message for this read? For the earth elements. Thank you, Spirit. And it's in reverse, so that's a good idea. This never-ending story in reverse is a good thing. And time. It's a question of timing, like with the moon. So we are at 37. That means we were at 36 before the 37. Let's see what the 36 has to show. Coming to the edge. So courage, taking a leap of faith, overcoming fear, and accepting risk. So you did that. You took a chance. You said, you know what, I'll go anyway. Let's see what happens. And you did. There was a betrayal of some sort on some level, whether it is in romance or in work. And don't forget, this can go either way. It's just relationship. Of course, we have a loving cup here. We have marriage. But then that doesn't mean it's just marriage. A marriage, a contract, working contract. Take it as it resonates, okay? If you want to continue business because you know that the partnership was a little shady, then that is up to you where money is concerned. As for love, same thing. So the 37, you had taken that courage. You had the courage to take the step forward. You went, and then what happened? Never-ending story. Self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary drama. So you ran into some drama. That turbulence probably with the third party. Most likely, because that's usually what happens. So we look at the protection because it is in reverse. We have, this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. You standing in your integrity, keeping your distance. If it is that this person that you are in two minds about, because that's what's going on now. The Two of Swords there is two minds. You can't decide. Now, I'm not saying this is you. It's either them or you. Somebody is in two minds here to give up something. I don't know. Maybe I should. Maybe I should. Give them their time. Give them their space. Let them decide. If you fall on this line, then you need to stand in your integrity. And if you fall in this line, then you need to make up your mind. Either way, you follow your intuition. Know that this is a situation that can go one way or another, but you will know which way it will go. You will decide, because at some point you will have your happy ending. You will get married if that's what you want. You will get into that relationship, a loving, patient relationship, somebody who has the patience, who is willing to put out as much as they are given. They are willing to give back, have the integrity to stand in their light and their truth, and have that emotional connection with healing, making sure that everything is okay with their partnership, with their partner, being that loving and giving and taking and that turning over and creativity. And if those are the things that you want, you will get it. You will get it. It's a question of timing. Eh? Let's see what that TikTok song says about. See, that's number 30. It says here it's timelessness, divine timing, immeasurable time. So it's a question of when, not if. And it's not up to us to say how much time. It is in destiny that things come in the time that they're supposed to. Divine timing. Again, when we had that Lover's card, divine timing. So don't worry about it. If this is not the one, then the one that it's for you is coming, because you will get. So we'll just read the oracle message on that. When humans created time, everything changed and contracted. People have come to look at life in a linear way, imagining that the past is behind them and the future ahead of them. But what if that isn't true at all? What if everything, creativity, beauty, chaos, and order, were happening now in a glorious timelessness? You have all the time in the world to co-create the life you desire. So release your agenda. Let go of your need to shape each moment of your expectations, knowing that what is yours will never be withheld from you. Miracles are here right now and always show up when you need them, right on time. So don't worry. If you want to be in a real relationship, one is coming. And if you have to choose between, you will know which one you need to choose. I thank you for showing up. Till our next read, Earth Elements. Love and light.